Hello students, in the previous lecture we have discussed about the characteristics of the compounds of alkaline earth metals, and now we are going to see the anomalous behavior of the beryllium. Anomalous behavior of beryllium. Okay, so already we have discussed because of the small size of the lithium and beryllium, generally these two shows the anomalous behavior with the corresponding group elements. Okay, that is with the sodium, potassium, it is the magnesium and calcium. Okay, so because of the small in size and high polarization power, generally lithium shows the anomalous behavior with the first A group of element, and the same thing beryllium also shows the anomalous behavior with the corresponding group elements. Okay, so what is the anomalous? Anomalous ante enti? Different properties. It shows some different properties compared to the magnesium, calcium, whatever the strontium, barium compounds. Okay, right. Again, why the beryllium showing the anomalous behavior is that because of its small in size and high polarization power. Okay, and not only that, here because of the non-availability of d orbitals. Non-availability of d orbital, that means you know that whatever the first period, that is only with the hydrogen and helium, and this is the first period, so that means here n value is 1, and come to the n is equal to, here it is the lithium, beryllium, some boron, carbon, nitrogen, so and so, and come to the n is equal 3, here is the sodium, here is the magnesium. Okay, you know that this is the first period, second period and third period. Okay, so in the first period the n is equal 1, what are the orbitals present? Only s orbital. And come to the n is equal to, what orbitals can be present? S and p orbitals. Come to the n is equal 3, what orbitals present? S, p and d orbitals present. Okay, so that means from n is equal 1 to 2 it has only s and it has only s and p orbitals, and so that you can say that they don't have, generally n is equal 1 and n is equal 2, generally they don't have d orbitals. Come to the n is equal 3, from here the d orbitals are present. Okay, so again in the lithium and beryllium, because of lack of d orbitals, again because of the lack of d orbitals, again these shows some different properties than the corresponding group elements. Okay, ఎందుకు మరి అంటే వీటికేమో d orbitals ఉన్నాయి, వీటికేమో d orbitals లేవు అన్నమాట. Okay, I think you are clear, right? Yeah, so now what are the properties then? ఇంతకీ ఏం ప్రాపర్టీస్ మరి అంటే, ఫస్ట్ వన్, you know that we came across all the things. The beryllium form mostly or largely covalent compounds, not the ionic compounds. Largely covalent compounds because of their small size and high ionization enthalpy. You talk about the beryllium oxide and beryllium halides. Okay, these are all covalent in nature. Okay, next one is that beryllium shows the coordination number of only less than or equal to 4, not more than 4, because of the non-availability of d orbital, because of the non-availability of the d orbitals. But come to the others, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, they form the coordination number of more than 4. Coordination number more than 4. That means maximum, if suppose beryllium is there, it can combine with the only 4, not more than 4. But come to the magnesium, it can combine with the 6, even with the 6. That means with the more than 4, because the availability of the d orbitals. సో ఇక్కడ d ఆర్బిటాల్స్ అనేటివి బాండింగ్ లోపల ఇన్వాల్వ్ అవుతాయి అన్నమాట. ఇక్కడ d ఆర్బిటాల్ లేవు కాబట్టి ఓన్లీ s ఆర్బిటాల్ and 3 p orbitals. Okay, 1 plus 3, so overall 4 orbitals involves in the bonding, so that its coordination number is either less than or equal to 4, less than or equal to 4. Okay, right. And the next one is that Beryllium oxides and hydroxides, you know that we have discussed in the previous class. These oxides and hydroxides are amphoteric in nature. Amphoteric in nature. And you know the reactions also. Where are those? Yeah, here these amphoteric nature. And these are the reactions you have to remember. Okay. And the next one is that the diagonal relationship between the beryllium and aluminum. Already I said, generally the lithium has a diagonal relationship with the magnesium and beryllium has a diagonal relationship with the aluminum, and boron shows the diagonal relationship with the silica. Okay, so why they are showing the diagonal relationship is that because of their similar sizes. Okay, their cations are almost same size, same in the size, and not only that, they have a very similar polarizing power. They have a very similar polarizing power. Okay, right. So now we can see that what are the similarities, what are the similar properties. So like aluminum, beryllium also cannot react with the acids, similarly with the HCl. That means with the HCl, the aluminum cannot react with the hydrochloric acid. Similarly, the beryllium also cannot react with the hydrochloric acid. Why? It is because very simple reason, very similar to the reaction with the oxygen. What will happen when the beryllium on reaction with the oxygen? First, this react with this oxygen and form some kind of beryllium oxide film, right? So this is a beryllium oxide film, and this film not allow the further reactions with the beryllium. Similarly, ikkada kuda enti ante, in presence of the HCl, what will happen? This beryllium, the surface beryllium oxidizes and form the beryllium oxide, and again this beryllium oxide act as a film, and further it cannot react with the HCl solution. Okay, so first enti anante, whatever that beryllium on the top, that will convert into the oxide film and on the surface of the metal, and that oxide film further stops the reaction with the HCl solution. Okay, and second one, very similar to the aluminum, beryllium hydroxide also reacts with the excess OH minus and form some kind of complex. Aluminum also same react with the 4 moles of OH minus and form a aluminate ion. Okay, and here same thing, the both beryllium and aluminum chlorides have the bridged Cl minus in the vapor phase and soluble in the organic solvents. Okay, what about the bridged one? Just now we have discussed in the previous lecture. The beryllium chloride has a structure in the vapor phase like this, right? Okay, so now you call this as a bridged one. These two are the bridge. That means they are acting as a bridge between the one beryllium to the another beryllium. Similarly, come to the aluminum chloride. Here is also same thing. The chlorine is acting as a bridge in the aluminum. Al2Cl6. Here is the Be2Cl4. Okay. And these are soluble in the organic solvents and they act as a strong Lewis acid. You know that what is a Lewis acid. Okay, and very similar to that, here is also they can form some kind of similar kind of compounds like BF4 2 minus AlF6 3 minus. Okay, some complexes they form. Okay, so this is about the diagonal relationship between the beryllium and aluminum, and it is all about this lecture. Okay.